Quotes on economy. Compiled by Xaviard.com team. Here are some top quotes. Economy. Little else is requisite to carry a state to the highest degree of opulence from the lowest barbarism but peace, easy taxes, and a tolerable administration of justice. Adam Smith. There is one rule for the industrialist, and that is, make the best quality goods possible at the lowest cost possible, paying the highest wages possible. Henry Ford. We know that advanced economies with stable governments that borrow in their own currency are capable of running up very high levels of debt without crisis. Paul Krugman. Surplus wealth is a sacred trust which its possessor is bound to administer in his lifetime for the good of the community. Andrew Carnegie. The production of too many useful things results in too many useless people. Karl Marx. No servant can serve two masters. Either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Jesus of Nazareth. We are fast approaching the stage of the ultimate inversion, the stage where the government is free to do anything it pleases, while the citizens may act only by permission. Ayn Rand. Prison inmates are treated to cable TV, hot meals and a college education, while on the outside some people can only afford these things through a life of crime. Alfred E. Neumann. A national debt, if it is not excessive, will be to us a national blessing. Alexander Hamilton. Price ain't merely about numbers. It's a satisfying sacrifice, Toba Beta. The rich and the poor truly are from different realms. One has adapted to become an expert in material forfeit, the other has forfeited all they are to material, and thus is enslaved by it. Justin K. McFarlane Bow. One of the professors told me last week that he feels bad teaching with the way the economy is now. What's the point? He said. Kids aren't getting jobs. You never hear faculty talk that way. He did, Daniel Amory. Those who had the remaining jobs would have to buy the cheapest stuff possible with their drastically reduced wages, and in order for the manufacturers to keep that stuff cheap, it would have to be made by 15-year-olds in China. Michael Francis Moore. To not say all that can be said is the secret of discipline and economy. Dejan Stoyanovich. Economy and environment are the same thing. That is the rule of nature. Molly Beattie. That's the problem with socialism. It gave everyone enough to get by but never enough to get out. Rebecca McNutt. Upper classes are a nation's past, the middle class is its future. Ayn Rand. World needs a new order of modern economy. Toba Beta. For the last 100 years the big organizational question has been whether any given task was best taken on by the state, directing the effort in a planned way, or by businesses competing in a market. Clay Shirky. There are people in Europe that struggled during an entire life to save as much as possible in banks that bankrupted and left them homeless. Robin Sacredfire. Concurrens ist eine Sublimierung von Krieg. J.M. Coetzee. Politicians say the same all over. They promise to build bridges, even where there are no rivers. Nikita Khrushchev. The present convergence of crises in money, energy, education, health, water, soil, climate, politics, the environment, and more is a birth crisis, expelling us from the old world into a new. Charles Eisenstein. If you use a philosophy education well, you can get your foot in the door of any industry you please. Industries are like the blossoms on a tree while philosophy is the trunk, it holds the tree together, but it often goes unnoticed. Chris Jamie. With the breakdown of money economy the practice of international barter is becoming prevalent. John Maynard Keynes. In economy, invisible hand is a set of wealthy men. It's the puppeteer who's in charge behind the curtain. Toba Beta. Science blasphemed when tries to eliminate scarcity in economy. Toba Beta. All you can eat doesn't mean waste as much as you want. Dean Koontz. We don't have to sacrifice a strong economy for a healthy environment. Dennis Weaver. The hardest thing in the world to understand is the income tax. Albert Einstein. Reformers have the idea that change can be achieved by brute sanity. George Bernard Shaw. When men are employed they are best contented. Benjamin Franklin. Our necessities are few but our wants are endless. Fortune Cookie. Why does a public discussion of economic policy so often show the abysmal ignorance of the participants? Robert Solow. We might as well reasonably dispute whether it is the upper or the under blade of a pair of scissors that cuts a piece of paper, as whether value is governed by demand or supply. Alfred Marshall. For more quotes like this kindly visit xaviard.com. Thank you.